Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. I hope you are having a fantastic Mother's Day for those of you who celebrate, and happy Mother's Day to you guys out there. Okay, so many people have been writing me about making the full body stencil that I had made. I had it sitting here, but I don't know what I did with that. Okay, let me just put it over here because that's what I do. You're gonna see I've made a few of these in the past. So this is one that I made out of just paper. And I'm going to talk about this in a second, and then I'm going to get to that. First, Katie Felger, you asked me about using my jelly plate in the art journals, and yes, you can. And I will definitely do a video on that this week for you. I love jelly plates, and I love art journals, so that would be great. So thank you for leaving your comment and question. Deborah Taylor, you mentioned about the brick or a stone wall stencils. I wrote that in my book, and I'm going to design, I think, both. I think that's very exciting. So thank you for that suggestion. And Gen X, you asked if ceramic coat all-purpose sealer is the same as gesso. And yes, you can definitely use it as a gesso. You can use it on, you know, like porous or non-porous surface, like this ceramic tile, you know what I mean, is, actually this is kind of porous because it doesn't have a clear coat on it. But as you can see, this, which I have tape on, is not porous. So what it does is, and I think you can use this, I mean, I know you can use this in any sense of sealer that you have as your gesso. It's going to make a, barrier. It's going to make a seal almost, as it's a sealer on your paint, on your paper, so your paint can't soak through. And that's essentially what a gesso is. Some sealers have a little bit more tooth than others, which means that it won't be so glossy and slick. Ceramic coat is a good one. I have that somewhere. I don't know. I see a bunch of them. I'll have to get one out. But yeah, you can definitely use that. That's like with Mod Podge. You know, there's glossy and there's non-glossy. You know, satin. There's matte medium. There's Collage Podge, which is glossy and satin. There's all kinds of things. So yeah, you definitely can use that as a gesso because essentially, like I said, what you're doing is you're using it as a base so nothing can soak through. But yeah, go for it and let me know how you make out with that. So let me ask you guys, I don't know if anybody you would be interested in doing this. I get so many questions and I try to answer them all. I try to write back to them all, but leave down below if there's any questions that you want to ask me about anything. It doesn't always have to be about art. It could be about anything that you want. So yeah, leave questions down below and I'll do a vlog and answer questions and give y'all a shout out because I love doing that. Okay, so here we go. So let me show you this very quickly. This is one that I had made before. You can see my black Sharpie marker. I took it out of a magazine. Now, this is just a ceramic tile that you get from Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever you buy, you know, flooring. And it's not a, I mean, it has some gloss on it because of me working on it. I use this for my clay, but I'm going to use it today so I don't cut through my mat. But you can use, I also use the back of my, let me see if I can grab one. I don't have any sitting here. The cardboard that comes like when you have a tablet or your mixed media book and you turn it to that last page and that's the cardboard. I use that to cut on as well because you don't want to cut through your mat or mark up your table or whatever. Now, as well, I could not find, I'm in the process of redoing everything in my art room. And I don't mean redoing, it's just that my husband moved the one, as most of you know, I moved into a smaller room. I was in my bigger room, which now is my daughter's bedroom, and I moved downstairs to the bigger craft room, but walking up downstairs became very hard to do, so I'm in the other bedroom upstairs. We have 4 or 5 bedrooms, four bedrooms, and then we have a family room big family room downstairs, and a bathroom, and the laundry room, and all. And then up here we have 3 bedrooms, bathroom, kitchen, dining room, living room, that kind of thing. So I'm back upstairs where I prefer to be. But the room is so small and finding room for everything is really, really hard. So what I'm doing is I am getting some new ideas and using some new ideas for my stuff. And then I'm going to do a room tour because I get a ton of emails about doing a room tour, but I want to have these ideas in place to show you guys, because I know a lot of you are like me in that we have a lot of products. We like to do more than one craft, and it's hard to find space to keep everything and organize. Organization is not a friend of mine. Okay. But that's why I'm doing it. So, you know, that's what we're doing. So here, I just have a piece of construction paper because I can't find my plastic folder, but you can use construction paper. You can use the plastic folders. Like I said, you can get them at Staples. You can pretty much get them at Target, anywhere, Walmart. They're just where you buy your kids' stuff, school supplies, and it's just plastic. And if I find it in the midst of me ripping everything apart, because I'm looking for something else as well. So when I find it, I will definitely come on and show you guys exactly what it is. But, you know, you can use cardboard, you can use cereal boxes, you can use construction paper, which I'm going to use here, anything. So let me just continue on. Now, obviously, I have a few magazines in here other than craft ones, so I found a few just to show you a few ideas. I enjoy Rachel Ray. I get her magazines, but you can see this little picture of Rachel Ray. Now, let's say you want to make a small outline, because we're just going to do the outline. So all I'm going to do is, for now, I'm just going to cut a little bit. Hello, Rachel Ray. Hello, Kelly Donovan. You know, because you love Rachel Ray. So we're just going to lay Rachel there. And look, this back of this page would be a great background for mixed media or in your art journal. And I love using magazine stuff. And I know a lot of people have videos on it, and I ain't jamming nobody. I just want to show you, you know, when you have magazines, or you can get free magazines from the grocery store and you walk out all those flyers and whatnot, or you get senseless mail ads and all that kind of stuff in the, how you say, mail. You know, look at that. Rip that up or use that as a background. Fantastic. And then I want to show you these as well. So look, I'm going to save these because I'm going to, look how beautiful that is. So these, and you know I love words. If you've seen my other videos, and I know a lot of the girls on here, a lot of people, I shouldn't say girls because everybody does it, but cut out words and stuff. And I love these words, and I love this, and I love this whole color scheme. So I took this out to remind me of this color scheme that I want to do on a painting that I'm doing for somebody. And then this. So you can cut all this out and just glue these down as a background for mixed media. How fantastic. Or take it to Staples or Office Max, ask them to copy it, and then you can keep the originals. I mean, really think outside the box when you're looking for things for your mixed media, especially when you're starting out. All right, that's a lot of me talking we don't need to listen about. Now look, Dr. Phil, do I like him? No. But, or you could use this little kid right here if it clears up, because you can't see it when it's blurry. All right. Alrighty. It's really not. What the heck? Really? Okay. Can you see? So you can cut him out like this and just cut that whole outline out, which I might. And then you have, I might do that one. But then there's Dr. Phil on this side, and he's a good one too. I got to think about it. All right. Why are we doing that? See, so you could just cut him out. That's the head, that's the shoulders, that's the hands, that's the body, that's the da-da-da-da. And I wish they weren't on the both sides, because I really dig this one. But this one's a really good one too. What does one do? And then we got little Rachel Ray, which I'm not going to cut her out because that's going to take. But you can see definitely how you can cut around her head, around here, but sure, I like the hands like a little fancy, like right here, you know, or whatever. But you could definitely do that and have that as a little thing too. But I'm going to throw Rachel in the garbage because I'm not going to use her. But I just don't know which one to use. All right, I'm going to go for the cute little kid. Okay, so here we go. I hate when I have to make decisions. So I'm just going to really quickly cut it out. Now, I'm going to decide. You see, I'm not cutting that blanket that he's holding because, well, I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. But we want to get rid of, you know, the most of it. It's going to take a minute. Now, here's what I do. I'm going to move that. I lay this on something. Like I said, use your cardboard, use a towel, use something that isn't going to, a cutting mat. I have cutting mats as well. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife. Now, There are a million different kind of X-Acto knives. I've shown you my other X-Acto knife that I like. If I could find it. It's not there. Now you can use scissors as well. You don't have to use your X-Acto knife. Here it is. And this is my other X-Acto knife that I love. It's this little peewee. And what it does is it swivels. So I hold on to it. And I'm just going to go here. Let me see if I can zoom in for a minute. Just so y'all can see. And I'm just going to take it down. And you don't have to be spot on. And I always do a little point at the end. I can fix that with scissors if I want. I'm going to cut up by his privates. Don't want to hurt nobody. Now remember, you're not going to know this is a little boy. When you do it, we're really just going for the shape. You see? And sometimes it sticks. And that just comes right off. That's what this little one. And I love it because you can do, like, for instance, like around here where it's a little more. And there, I have blades. You can get blades for these that, which I should probably change this by now because I use it all the time. So, you know, so it won't tear the paper or whatever you're cutting. Because I use these with clay. I use these with all kinds of stuff. And it's a little off. So I'm gonna cut his ears off because I don't want the ears. I'm gonna cut his ears off. I know, it's so not funny, but it makes me laugh. Now, I'm doing this faster than I probably should to pay attention, but I just want to show you guys. I don't want to keep you here all day. Alright, just keep cutting. And we can trim up with scissors when we're done. Let me use this one so in case you don't have that little small one, you can see. Now you can see I really use the crap out of this one. I love it. And I probably should change it, but. And you have a nice little point on this, so. Okay. So you just easy. Just tear off. And if you have to go back with your knife anywhere, it's okay. Do it. Take another, take a couple minutes or seconds longer than me. Or don't think you have to do it this fast because it's not gonna. It doesn't matter how fast you do it. Okay. I have a video, gosh, maybe a year or so ago where I did this as well on my YouTube somewhere, but I know a lot of you are new and nobody, including me, likes to go back and search through hundreds of videos to find it. Any video. Because it's hard to find. I try to, there we go. I try to, title the videos now a little bit better so I know, but back in the day I didn't. Now you can see his little feet here. I'm just going to kind of sharp, do it a little bit to a point, and I'll do the same here. But they don't have to match, and you do whatever you want. You could use scissors to do this too. Probably be easier. Okay. And that's about it. So once you do this, you have your stencil. Now, you can do one of two things. And really, to do this, I'm just going to go in and cut where I got a little tears. Okay. Now, if you want to just keep this as your stencil, all you have to do is take, you could take duct tape, you could take packing tape, you could take Scotch tape, you could take, not wasabi, what's it called? Washi tape. Wasabi. And you can just tape around this and tape it. That's where the clear tape for this came from. This is just a piece of cardstock, and I drew out, and then I, taped, put tape on top of it. I just laid it on the top. So when I use it, it's paint and water resistant. But like I said, you can use this and tape it. And if you want to make a different, how I made the stencils were, I used the plastic kids, kids folders. You can use transparencies. You can use whatever you want. You get plastic things in containers or packages, and you get those pieces of plastic and stuff. Save all those because they're great. Use foam to recycle the stuff that you get meat with the foam and everything. You can use that. So here we are. That's what we have. And then what you would do is, if you're transferring this to a plastic sheet or whatever, one of two ways. You can trace it with your pen or pencil, or you can, which sometimes is better for me depending on the day, I will take paint. Let me just pick a thing of paint. I'll use white since it would be probably better for you to see. And then what I'll do is, and this is the second way, like I said, you can use what you took out, but it doesn't matter. Let me find my brush. Okay. And then you have your, you have it here where you want to be. And then what you're going to do is hold it down and you're just going to paint over it. And when you paint over it and you want to extend where it's at, and what you see is, now you can see I have a little piece of paper there I have to cut off. But what you'll see, which I'm sure you can see now, and this is all I'm doing. Go over the cut piece with your paint. Let me move this up just a bit. And you can use a marker. You don't have to use paint. You can use, whatever you want. I'm just trying to get that outline there. Now when I move it, you have your outline. Leave that dry, which I won't. But also, let me tell you something. If you don't have tape and you find these kind of things and you don't have tape and whatnot, all you have to do is throw a coat of white school glue or white paint or black paint or whatever paint you have in excess of, and throw it on the front here, leave it dry, put it on the back there, and that'll give you some a little bit of strength on here so it doesn't tear, and that you can use it for a while. But just make sure when you paint this side, the one side, let it dry fully and then turn it over and do it. Because if I go to paint this side right now, you can see it's wet still, and it's going to be, it's just better if you do it that way. Let me just explain it that way. All right. So now you can see I have it. And like I said, I would have cut it out a little bit better, done all that. Now you can just take your scissors, or you can take your knife again or whatever. And then I do the same thing. I just go and take the bulk of it out before I go down to this. And this can be one of two things, and I'll show you. You want to just keep a little bit of that, like a 1/4 inch, of what you cut outside that. And then you're going to let that dry. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to cut again. And you're going to cut this out. Now this isn't dry all the way, so it's not being as friendly as I want it to be, but let me see. It seems like a lot of work. It really does, but it isn't. Because, I'm doing this on camera here so you guys can see. And what I like about this X-Acto knife is it turns. It's like, it turns whatever way you want to do, so it makes it a lot easier, especially on my hands, because I know a lot of you have hand issues too, and it can be really hard to work with things. Now I'm just cutting it. And like I said, you could trim the extra pieces off and all with your scissors or whatever's best for you, or cut the whole thing with your scissors, really. But when you get down to, like, one thing I found is, like, when you get down to a point, lift up your, like, readjust your knife that you're using to cut it with. Just makes it easier. All right, well, that one went a little askew. Oh, well, oh, well, oh, well. You get my point. I'm being a little faster than I should, but that's okay. And if you have a wood burner or a stencil burner and you're doing this on plastic, you can do the same thing. You know, and if you can see I didn't go through there that well. I'm just gonna take that through again. I'll take that off. You can do this with cardstock. You can do this with printer paper. You can do this with whatever you want. The point is, okay, really, do you have to be stuck there to make a fool out of me? The point is that you're doing it to get more items to use for your art journal, for mixed media. If you're, especially, so many of you are starting out, so many of you are limited on funds, and you know, we all want all the good stuff. I keep saying, you know, like everybody would like some good stuff, but you don't have to. And if, like I said, you're looking at a magazine, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be anything that you see that attracted your attention. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it can be whatever you want. So let me just show you. Let me just show you right here. Oh my God, my nose is running. Why is it running? I better go catch it. Do you get it? Okay. All right. Okay. So I got my little peep. And like I said, you could see his poor little hand here is like, what? And if you don't like the hands, you can cut them off and draw your own. But this is just to add different dimension, different things. I love doing these and having this be like, I'll paint underneath, like I'll sketch this, you know, on here, paint underneath different colors, and then put this on top. I mean, oh, there's so many things you can do. I'm not going to get into that right now because this will be a 3-hour video. All right, so let's just put him there, or her. I'm just giving a quick spray. I'm not going to do nothing fancy. I'm going to give it a second. I don't want to move it right away. And remember, when this gets wet, this is only, what is this, construction paper. If you're using plastic or no, it doesn't matter. But when you're using it and you don't, you know, like I said, you don't have to cover it, and that's why I'm showing you. Just give it a minute to dry, and the more layers that get on here is going to be the more sturdier it is. Oh, I didn't do that little arm. There we go. All right, now we got to let it dry for a second. I don't know if this helps or not with the hand, but I just pretend like it does. And then I lift it up, and there you go. And then look, and then you have this. And you see when I did, why did I throw that away? That's my brain today. Kelly's brain on drugs. Okay. So you see this? This becomes your other stencil because I squished it because Kelly wasn't thinking. But you see, that becomes your stencil for it to be the opposite. Why did I do that? I tell you, sometimes my brain just don't. But you see how good that looks. But my brain just don't work all the way. And then we have this, but I crunched it a little bit because I wasn't thinking. I tell you, it's been a month. It's been a weird 30 days, people. All right, well, I did scrunch it a little bit. Let me just spray some water on it and get it a little flatter for y'all. We're just gonna, you see how that makes it flat? Okay, I know. If I had brains, I would be dangerous. All right. All right, so you can see, I mean, you get the drift. So when you cut it out, you save this. Don't throw it away. Why did I do that? Because I'm a jerk. Because I'm not thinking. And then it's going to spread a little bit because it's wet, but watch. All right, and then you got your little sprays there, and then we're going to leave it go. Now, you can use paint. You can use paint and just step in it, you know, step it in there and there and there and just do that so you don't get the outside. This is just to show you, as well as you can use the clear tape or washi tape. I keep wanting to say wasabi tape, washi tape, or any of that type of thing to make this stronger. It's no big deal. The more paint that goes on it, the stronger it will be. And then I'm going to lift it up. And then there you go. So you see how that works? Now, you know, this is a great start of a background, but you get both, now I'll throw this away because you don't necessarily need that. But you see how it goes? Really, really awesome. So think about doing, like I said, these as a background, just to add some texture and color and stuff like that. And then you have it this way. So you get both. So you get a bang for your buck. And all it is construction paper, cardstock. It's not that big a deal. Very simple to do. But I know, oh, I turned my light off. I know that, you know, it's easy for somebody who did it before, because I know that I watch other people and they're like, it's so easy, just look. And then I'm like, but how did you do it? So ask me, you know, if you have questions, ask. It's not a big deal. But think about the flowers and the, you know, animals. There's horses, there's dogs, there's all kinds of things that you can just cut out to this thing that you get a whole other dimension in your mixed media and art journaling. So like I said, ask away. Let me see what you guys come up with. I'd love for you guys to show me what y'all do as far as making these. And again, leave me down below questions. Any questions, personal questions, food questions, art questions, craft questions, hair questions. I don't know. I just say those things. But leave me questions and I will get back to you. And as always, be kind to each other. You never know about somebody else's fighting. I love you guys so very much. You guys are just so delicious. I can't stand it. And I hope y'all have a great Sunday. And I will see you again later. Bye, guys.